Have you ever felt an inexplicable connection to certain places, cultures, or people you've never known in this life? Perhaps as you gaze at the sky or hear an old melody, a sense of familiarity arises, as if your soul is recalling something far beyond the reach of your current memory. These impressions might be echoes of past lives, fragments of experiences deeply embedded in your essence. In Buddhism, reincarnation is viewed as a sacred journey of learning and spiritual growth. It is believed that we carry lessons, bonds, and even fears from other existences with us, all to enrich our evolution. If you've ever questioned the origin of certain feelings, perhaps your soul is trying to show you clues from past lives. In this video, we'll explore 10 powerful signs that may reveal that you are a reincarnated soul, helping you to better understand your journey and bring more light to your current path. To strengthen your connection with the universe, subscribe to the channel, and if you feel like an old soul, comment below. My soul is eternal. My journey is infinite. By sharing these words, you'll be sending an intention of prosperity and abundance to the universe. Place them in the comments and let the universe embrace your desire for evolution and peace. Before we dive into these signs, it's important that you stay with us until the end, as the last sign is surprising and powerful, perhaps the most revealing of all. Many may even experience a spiritual awakening upon recognizing it, as if a profound truth has been waiting to be rediscovered. Each sign is a piece of a spiritual puzzle, but the last one may be what connects it all. So prepare yourself for a journey that could bring forth memories and answers that go beyond ordinary understanding. This journey of discovering your past lives begins with something that many have experienced: déjà vu. Have you ever gone through situations where, inexplicably, everything seems familiar? Places, faces, and moments that suddenly feel as if they've been lived before? In Buddhism, déjà vu isn't just a curiosity. It's a glimpse of another life, an echo of something your soul has already experienced in another time and place. Feeling déjà vu is like opening a small crack in your own spiritual history, a window that allows you to perceive the experiences and relationships that have shaped the essence of who you are. Imagine that your soul carries all these memories, like seeds planted along the way. Each time you feel déjà vu, it's as if one of these seeds germinates, bringing memories of your spiritual journey to the surface. These moments are rare but precious. They come as reminders that your existence is much greater than this present moment. When you feel déjà vu, it's an invitation to pay attention to the details, the sensations, and the emotions that arise, as each may contain a message of guidance or accumulated wisdom. In Buddhism, these signs are seen as opportunities for learning and reconnecting with the greater purpose of the soul, which goes beyond a single life. Frequent déjà vus, especially in specific situations or places, may indicate a deep and meaningful connection to that experience. For instance, visiting a city for the first time and feeling like you already know its paths, or meeting someone and feeling an immediate and inexplicable intimacy, could be your soul touching on its own memories. These feelings are revelations of what has already been lived, and each time they appear, they bring the chance to honor this ancestral wisdom. When you have a moment of déjà vu, stop and take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what is this feeling trying to teach me? Often, these signs are invitations to revisit lessons still pending, or to explore the richness of past experiences. In the next sign, we will dive even deeper into what your soul may already know from other times and places. As we go further into this spiritual journey, another powerful sign of reincarnation begins to emerge: the inexplicable attraction to certain cultures or specific eras. Imagine that you feel a special connection to the architecture of ancient temples, to a language you never learned, or to the customs of a distant civilization. These deep inclinations are not coincidences. In Buddhism, they are seen as a memory of the soul, a resonance that carries impressions of past lives. When we feel a bond with a culture or era, It's as if our essence is drawn to remember who we were in other times. For example, you may feel at home listening to the music of a certain culture or studying the philosophy of an ancient era. These feelings can be manifestations of a learning that your soul began in a past life and that continues to resonate in your current journey. Buddhism teaches us that our essence expands over multiple lives, accumulating wisdom and memories that shape our true self. And this attraction often appears from childhood, like a kind of forgotten memory just waiting to be rediscovered. Perhaps you have always been fascinated by Japanese culture, Greek philosophy, or the teachings of indigenous peoples. It's not uncommon for these affinities to arise as interests or passions that seem to have no explanation but echo across time. Each culture and era may have been a spiritual home where you built part of your own identity. By approaching these cultural elements, you may also find answers to inexplicable feelings and behaviors. A powerful example of this is the feeling of nostalgia for an era you've never lived in but seems to be a part of you. It's as if your heart remembers something that your mind has never known, a longing that transcends time. And this longing may actually be a clue that your soul has traveled these paths before. When you feel this inexplicable attraction, allow yourself to dive into it and explore its depths. Ask yourself what this culture or era might have to teach you. Is there something that awakens your spiritual curiosity or resonates with your essence? These inclinations may be fragments of lessons your soul learned in past lives that are still relevant to your growth today. Each of us is a collection of experiences, and by honoring these memories, we cultivate our spiritual path. Get ready, because in the next sign, we'll explore the power and energy of immediate and deep connections we establish with certain people, perhaps connections that come from lives far beyond this one. Following this path of spiritual discoveries, we come across another powerful sign of reincarnation. Those immediate and deep connections we feel with certain people, even when meeting them for the first time. In Buddhism, these bonds are often seen as reunions of souls who already know each other from previous lives, relationships built over many existences, returning to teach, support, and help each other in mutual growth. Who hasn't felt as though they've known someone before, even without having met them? That feeling of familiarity, of instant trust, and at times a strong empathy that transcends time and space. It's as if, looking into this person's eyes, something within you recognizes an essence that was significant to your soul in another time. Buddhism teaches that each person we encounter on our spiritual journey may be connected to our destiny in ways that go beyond the physical plane. These people can be learning partners or silent teachers who carry essential lessons. These special connections often bring us a feeling of comfort and at the same time challenge us, as it's common for these souls to help us face aspects of our own evolution. In some cases, these encounters seem predestined, as if they were fundamental pieces in the story of our soul. You may have felt this with a friend, a romantic partner, or even with someone who briefly passed through your life but left a mark you will never forget. These relationships bring the opportunity to grow and expand our consciousness. They are reunions that allow us to retrieve wisdom that may not be accessible in our current life, but has been deeply imprinted in our essence. When two souls meet and feel this bond, it's as if time and space no longer exist, and all that remains is the exchange of energies and teachings that transcend this life. If you have felt this type of connection, take a moment to honor that experience. Ask yourself, what has this person brought into my life? What lesson might my soul be seeking? These encounters are like signs from the universe, reminding us that we are not alone on our journey, and that each connection is an opportunity for growth. In our next sign, we'll explore an even deeper aspect: vivid and detailed dreams that seem to transport you to unknown times and places, carrying memories and spiritual meanings that may be echoes of past lives. Continuing our journey through signs of reincarnation, we reach dreams, portals that often open to unknown worlds, yet strangely familiar ones. Have you ever dreamed of places you've never visited, times you haven't lived, or scenes so vivid that they seemed real? In Buddhism, these dreams are seen as fragments of past life memories, remnants of experiences that our soul carries and that rise to the surface of our consciousness. These dreams differ from ordinary dreams. They have an intensity, a clarity that's hard to ignore. It's as if, while we sleep, our soul is transported to scenes from other existences, allowing us to relive ancient moments and emotions. In these dreams, we can experience intense emotions that stay with us even after we wake. Sometimes, upon waking, there's a sense that something important was experienced, a message or lesson was conveyed, and the soul is trying to recall something essential for our present. Many of these night visions are more than random images. They are complete narratives, with rich details and precise context that seem to go beyond simple imagination. It's as if we're visiting a parallel life, another dimension of our own existence. These dreams can show us people we've never met, places we've never been, but which somehow feel deeply familiar. In Buddhism, such dreams are valued as a way to access ancestral knowledge that our soul has accumulated over multiple lives. Dreams of other times or specific places may indicate where and how we lived in another existence, revealing characteristics, settings, and even dilemmas that we once faced and that may continue to influence our current journey. For example, repeatedly dreaming of a seaside village, feeling the texture of cobblestone streets underfoot, or reliving peace in an ancient forest may be ways for your soul to reconnect with these past experiences, offering guidance and memories. When you have these dreams, try not to dismiss them. Upon waking, take a few minutes to reflect on what you saw and felt. Ask yourself, what could these scenes or people be trying to teach me? These dreams may bring important messages, perhaps even answers to questions you're facing today. The next time this happens, allow yourself to dive deeper and explore what your soul is trying to communicate. Now let's move on to the next sign, where we'll discuss unexplained fears and phobias, which often carry traces of intense experiences lived by your soul in other lives, and remain as spiritual echoes in the present. As we unravel the signs that may indicate past life memories, we come to a powerful feature: unexplained fears and phobias. These feelings, so deep and sometimes paralyzing, may be reflections of traumas your soul experienced in other existences. In Buddhism, it is believed that our experiences, both joy and pain, shape the energy of the soul, and certain significant events can leave impressions that endure across lives. Imagine, for instance, a person who feels an uncontrollable fear of water, even though they've never experienced an aquatic accident, or someone who, inexplicably, has a fear of heights without any traumatic experiences associated with it. These fears, when they cannot be attributed to events in the current life, may be considered marks from another existence, a kind of emotional memory that the soul carries. They are traces of intense experiences that profoundly impacted the being, so much so that these impressions transcend the boundary of one life. In Buddhism, these traumas and fears are seen as opportunities for spiritual healing. It is believed that by facing these feelings and seeking to understand them, we can free our soul from old bonds, helping it progress in its evolution. By consciously dealing with these fears, recognizing that they may have roots in other lives, we take an important step toward breaking the cycle of suffering our soul may be carrying. It's like dissolving a layer of accumulated pain, allowing our essence to flow more freely. These fears can be an invitation to healing, and facing them is a profound spiritual process. Imagine the strength and peace that can arise from embracing these feelings and seeking to understand them with a compassionate outlook. Each time you open yourself to understand the origin of these fears, you are helping your soul to free itself from ancient pains and to walk a path of lightness and harmony. When you experience an unexplained fear or phobia, allow yourself to reflect on its possible spiritual origins. Ask yourself, what might this feeling be trying to reveal? Is there something my soul needs to heal? By recognizing these emotions as echoes from the past, you welcome the opportunity to dissolve traumas and open space for a deeper peace in your journey. Next, we'll explore a sign that manifests as a sense of life purpose, a certainty that you are here for a special reason. As we continue this journey of self-discovery, we arrive at a sign that touches the heart of many reincarnated souls: the profound feeling of mission or life purpose. For some, this feeling comes as a silent, almost inexplicable certainty that there is something very specific to be accomplished in this lifetime. In Buddhism, this sense of purpose is considered an indication that the soul has accumulated knowledge and experiences over many lives, and now feels called to fulfill something greater. This feeling of mission goes beyond personal aspirations. It's like an internal compass pointing towards something that transcends common desires. Often, this sensation emerges from a young age, in moments of introspection or in situations where, even in the face of adversity, the soul feels compelled to follow a certain path. It's as if there were an inner flame that, no matter how much time passes, remains lit and steady, constantly reminding you that there is a special reason for being here. People with this sense of purpose often feel the need to contribute something positive to the world, whether by helping others, promoting peace, teaching, or protecting nature. This deep drive to leave a legacy, to make a difference, is seen as a spiritual mission, an extension of lessons and skills cultivated in other lives. In Buddhism, it is believed that our soul carries with it a baggage of experiences, and each existence is an opportunity to apply this accumulated wisdom for the common good. The search for purpose can be a journey full of challenges, but also one of great satisfaction. As we follow our path consciously, this sense of mission becomes clearer and more fulfilling, guiding the soul to its true destiny. When we listen to this call and allow ourselves to act upon it, it's as if our soul were completing cycles and balancing karma. This feeling of fulfillment not only strengthens us but also reverberates to everyone around us. If you feel this mission within you, embrace it as a gift and a guide. Ask yourself, how can I fulfill my purpose and bring light to the world? Listen to your intuition, for it is the echo of past lives and ancestral wisdom that your soul carries. This feeling is the essence of your journey, a constant reminder that you are part of something much greater. Prepare yourself, as we now explore how certain natural abilities or preferences can be signs of knowledge brought from other lives. As we progress on our spiritual journey, we encounter another intriguing sign of reincarnation: those unusual preferences or natural abilities that seem to be rooted in the soul. Perhaps you find it easy to play a musical instrument, even without formal training, or feel an inexplicable attraction to a field of study, such as philosophy or spiritual healing. In Buddhism, these affinities are often interpreted as traits brought from past lives, abilities that the soul developed and that manifest as innate talents. These natural inclinations are more than mere interests. They come with a depth, an ease that surprises, as if your soul has walked that path before. Many people report that when dedicating themselves to these skills, they feel a sense of peace, of completeness, as if they are returning to a part of themselves that was dormant, waiting to be reactivated. These passions and talents can be a direct link to what your soul has learned and lived in other eras, and by embracing them, you reconnect with a deeper wisdom. Imagine that you have always been fascinated by medicinal plants and everything related to healing. Even though you never formally studied it, you feel an intuitive knowledge of the power of herbs. Or perhaps, since childhood, you have had an unusual facility with languages or an artistic sensitivity that seems to transcend your lifetime. These are examples of abilities that the soul carries, knowledge that has already been practiced and that remains as spiritual traces, ready to emerge when the time is right. In Buddhism, these natural abilities are seen as gifts to be honored and cultivated. When we connect with these gifts, we are allowing our essence to express itself fully, valuing the lessons we have learned over the ages. These talents are an invitation to deepen our self-knowledge and to contribute to the world in a unique and meaningful way. They are like keys that open doors to parts of our own history, allowing us to remember, explore, and expand on what we have already lived. If you possess a natural ability or a preference that seems to have no logical explanation, value that connection. Ask yourself, how can I use this gift for my growth and to help others? Remember that these abilities are the fruits of your spiritual journey, legacies of who you once were. As we continue, we'll explore the next sign, the feeling of ancient wisdom, as if your soul carries lessons from timeless eras that still resonate today. As we dive deeper, we reach one of the most profound signs of reincarnation, the sense of ancient wisdom, that feeling that you carry an understanding of the world that goes beyond your age and current life experience. Often this is noticed by others, who see you as someone wiser or older than you appear, or with a broader and more mature perspective on life. In Buddhism, this type of wisdom is considered the result of countless lives of learning, where the soul accumulates lessons and knowledge that transcend time. Having this ancient wisdom may mean you possess a sharp intuition and a view of life that considers the spiritual and cyclical aspects of everything that happens. You can perceive patterns, feel the natural cycles of human experiences, and are often sought out for advice or support. It's as if, in difficult moments, you have an inner calm and certainty guiding your decisions, even without knowing exactly why. This perception comes from the experiences lived by your soul, which has already faced challenges and joys, carrying with it a profound understanding of what truly matters. This type of wisdom isn't taught in books, and it often appears in children who, from a young age, demonstrate a unique and insightful understanding of life. It's as if they're here to remind others of the essence of existence, the importance of balance, and the need to value the present moment. This wisdom can manifest as a natural awareness of karma, impermanence, and the interconnectedness of everything. In Buddhism, these are fundamental teachings, and having this innate understanding is a sign that your soul has traveled many paths and learned deep lessons. In some situations, this ancient wisdom can feel like a burden, as it brings a sensitivity to others' suffering and intense empathy. However, it is a spiritual gift that allows your soul to continue evolving, offering others a perspective of peace and understanding. By connecting with this wisdom, you not only enrich your own journey, but also provide a source of light to those around you. If you identify with this sense of ancient wisdom, honor it as a spiritual inheritance. Ask yourself, how can I use this understanding to help and inspire others? Remember that this wisdom is a reflection of your soul's experiences and the lessons it has learned over time. As we continue our search for signs of past lives, we come to a curious and often inexplicable phenomenon: spontaneous memories. Perhaps you've had a moment when, without any apparent reason, a memory invades your mind. An image of a place you've never visited, a scene with people you don't know, or even a situation that feels like it's from another time. These memories, though fleeting, come with an intense familiarity, as if they are a part of you. In Buddhism, these recollections are seen as glimpses of previous existences, echoes of experiences that your soul recorded in other lives. These memories can arise in ordinary situations, like walking through an unfamiliar city or looking at a landscape that seems to bring forth a hidden memory. It may be that, upon stepping into a historic place or seeing something specific, fragments come back to your mind that don't seem to fit into your current life but carry a strong emotional charge, as if they were stories already lived. For some people, these memories can appear in childhood, when the mind is still open to realities beyond what is taught. Children, for example, may describe places or events in such detail that it's hard to believe it's just imagination. In Buddhism, childhood is viewed as a period when the soul is still connected to its past, and these spontaneous memories are respected as reflections of wisdom and experience. However, as we grow older, we tend to rationalize these memories, distancing ourselves from that connection. These memories can serve various purposes: bringing unresolved issues to light, sharing relevant lessons, or simply recalling moments of joy and peace that your soul experienced in other times. For those who experience these memories, it can be a profound and enlightening experience, allowing a glimpse into the journeys that your soul has traversed. In Buddhism, the practice of observing and welcoming these memories can teach us to see beyond the physical, perceiving our existence as a continuous flow. If you've experienced these spontaneous memories, allow yourself to embrace them without judgment. Ask yourself, what might this memory be trying to show me? Is there a lesson or a moment of peace it brings to my current life? Remember that each of these memories is a link to your past, a sign that your soul has much to share with itself. Now we will finally explore the last and most powerful sign that you have lived other lives. It may indicate a long and profound journey of reincarnations. Finally, we arrive at one of the deepest and most powerful signs of reincarnation: that constant, almost urgent interest in understanding the mystery of death and what awaits us beyond it. This fascination with life after death is not just a simple desire for knowledge, but an intense, almost spiritual search for answers that resonate on a level far beyond ordinary comprehension. In Buddhism, this yearning is seen as a sign that your soul has gone through this transition many times and carries memories and lessons from experiences of rebirth. This curiosity, which may have arisen since childhood, brings the sense that death is not an end but a passage, a new beginning. Those who feel this need to understand what lies beyond know on some deep level that life is cyclical and that the spirit transcends the physical body. It's as if your soul is trying to remember something it already knows, a truth imprinted in its essence that continues to echo, calling you to connect with something grand and eternal. This spiritual quest can manifest in various ways: in reading, spiritual practices, conversations, and solitary reflections on the purpose of life and the nature of the universe. Often, it emerges as an uncontrollable urge to understand what ancient traditions and philosophies teach about the cycle of life and death. This curiosity isn't driven by fear, but by a thirst for understanding, a desire to reconnect with the experiences and teachings that the soul carries on its long journey of reincarnations. In Buddhism, death is one of the most sacred transitions of existence, and understanding its meaning is an essential step towards spiritual awakening. Those who feel this calling seek something that cannot be taught, but must be revealed through their own journey of self-discovery. It's a desire to touch the infinite, to find peace, to remember that, as spirits, we are eternal. Feeling this urge is an acknowledgement that the soul knows life and death are merely chapters in a much larger story. If you feel this deep desire to understand death and the life beyond, allow yourself to dive into this quest with courage and faith. Ask yourself, what does my soul wish to remember? What truth am I ready to rediscover? By opening yourself to this knowledge, you allow your soul to reclaim its ancestral wisdom, preparing it to live with fullness and purpose. May this quest bring clarity and peace to your heart, and may you always remember that we are part of a sacred and infinite cycle. As we explore these profound signs of reincarnation, we reach a higher level of understanding about the nature of our soul and the ancestral wisdom we carry. Each of these signs, whether a déjà vu, a natural ability, or a sense of life purpose, reveals a fragment of who we truly are and the extensive journey our essence has already traveled. Recognizing these indications in our current life is a powerful opportunity to connect with the essence of our being. It is an invitation to introspection and acceptance, a path of self-discovery that allows us to understand that our existence is much greater than the here and now. By honoring these memories and experiences, we are, in fact, embracing the accumulated wisdom of past lives and making space for a more conscious and meaningful present life. If you resonated with any of these signs, share in the comments which one and how it manifests in your life. Right. "My soul is ancient, my path is eternal." By doing so, you will be sending an intention of wisdom and peace to the universe, acknowledging your own spiritual journey and reaffirming your commitment to growth and enlightenment. Subscribe to the channel and join us on this quest for knowledge and spiritual connection. May your journey always be guided by light.